passionate about Goal 4. I make my contributions to quality education through volunteer activities. Last year, my unit in HR, we did a Sponsor a Child to School program, which has helped to put about over 100 children in school.
My favorite SDG goal is SDG Goal 12. My role ensures that I can communicate the standards that these companies will follow, and I can state and have influence on how the activities impact on the products and services that we produce.
I love to be and participate in initiatives that build the capacity of women, that inspire women, empower women. I personally volunteer for an NGO which has a vision on empowering widows. I believe women should be more empowered.
Climate change is a topical issue, and we are at a defining moment. From shifting weather patterns, threatening food production, rising sea levels, and even the hot temperatures we're currently experiencing, it is clear that we need to tackle climate change head-on. In my own little way, I'm contributing by reducing my paper use at the office, carpooling with my friends while coming to work, and switching off my electronics and appliances before I leave the house.
I'm passionate about Sustainable Development Goal 7. I power my house with solar and inverter panels, and I ensure that I use energy savings bulb.
The SDG that I'm most passionate about is responsible consumption and production. Now this speaks a lot to me because of its relationship with efficiency. I've reduced my consumption of paper so drastically that I only use paper at the barest when it's most necessary, and I preach this to everyone, even showing them technological ways they could use to substitute for paper usage.
The SDG I'm most passionate about is quality education. I believe that when people are educated, they become empowered. I am helping others around me to secure quality education by running an NGO called My Voice, My Future. Essentially, we're trying to educate 15 to 18-year-old Nigerians. Research shows that the most effective way of ensuring good governance and democracy in a nation is when people are highly educated.
The SDG I'm most passionate about is Zero Hunger. This is what led me to create a foundation with my cousin called Bethsaida Foundation. We provide food and drinks to public schools around Nigeria.
We all know that at the end of the year, we all receive welfare packages from Access Bank, bags of rice and oil. So I usually give out mine to the community around, since I can easily afford it, giving it to the needy who needs this more than I do. So that's my only way of contributing to Zero Hunger around my community.
My SDG is quality education. I own a charity called Riyadh Nigeria, which aims to restructure education in Nigeria by making sure every Nigerian student has access to good quality education. Because education is priced as a luxury, even though it's a necessity. Currently, I am running a project called the Book Bank, which aims to transfer books, used books from private schools to public schools. Because right now in Nigeria, not all students in public schools have access to textbooks.
My favorite SDG is SDG 2. That SDG addresses the most basic human need that applies to every human being. For you to achieve your full potential in life, you must be fed well. If you are not well fed, you cannot think right. A hungry man cannot achieve his full potential. And in that regard, what we try to do with our local church is to organize feeding programs for the people in the neighborhood and also in the church. Through that, we're able to alleviate their hunger needs and meet them at the point of their need from time to time.
Personally, my own contribution is to ensure that as much as possible, I can help eradicate hunger and malnutrition by the year 2030. So through an initiative in my church, I buy food items to distribute to people in vulnerable situations like infants, children, the elderly.
I'm most passionate about SDG Goal 12. Now personally in my life, I'm an advocate for reduced waste. I don't think that you should do so much. I think that you can do a lot less. You can reduce the waste you generate at work, in your personal life, everywhere you are. You can reduce the waste you generate.
My favorite SDG is good health and well-being for all. What am I doing about this? I ensure that my daughter has adequate nutrition so she grows strong and healthy. I ensure the environment is healthy and sanitized to reduce malaria, and I also make sure she gets access to all the medicines and vaccines she needs.
The SDG that I'm passionate about is SDG 4. I work personally in a foundation called Crown Africa Foundation. It's a foundation that is passionate about youths and their development, and also helps to tackle the challenges that young people are going through.
I'm really passionate about SDG 3, which speaks to good health and well-being. For us at Access Bank, we strongly believe that the health and well-being of individuals are strongly interlinked and necessary to achieve a sustainable society. In Nigeria, malaria is a major health problem, with about 97% of its population at risk of malaria, which is why at Access Bank we have come up with the Malaria to Zero initiative in partnership with the Private Sector Health Alliance of Nigeria and Haiti Health Initiative to achieve Nigeria's pre-elimination target by 2020.
And I'm passionate about SDG 13. As we know, climate change is a global issue, and for which everyone has a role and responsibility to play in addressing this global menace. As a person, what do I do to address this? I'm a very good supporter of carpooling and also sensitization of how to address climate change through the social media.
Clean water and sanitization is my favorite sustainable development goals. Projections have it that in the year 2050, 1 out of every 4 humans will suffer recurring water shortages. It is time we started investing in water infrastructure, spread the knowledge about hygiene across the world to preserve the water ecosystem.